Are you new to off-road adventures? Looking to explore the desert in a side-by-side or a UTV? Well, join us on this exciting yet mostly safe desert adventure with our Segway Villain. It's an SX10 WX. It's a 2023. In this video, we're going to tackle the Sycamore Creek Playground, the bluffs, the slots, the dry creek bed. We're going to be moving in and out of canyons. Plus, we're going to hit one of our favorite trails, which is P4010. Now, the trails we picked are rated 4 out of 10 to 6 out of 10, with climbs and descents ranging from 18 degrees to 24 degrees in the most extreme areas. This means proper tire placement is going to be crucial for a fun day, and we'll show you how to navigate these trails safely for the most part. Well, let's get this video rolling. I bought the Villain late January of 24, went on my first ride Valentine's Day of 24. So I've had it almost a year. Very first time ever driving a side-by-side off-road was right out here going, at least on this part of the route, my first ride. It was crazy. So much fun. Gary makes my videos so much more interesting because that machine is so tipsy. Even though he's added 2-inch spacers on all 4 corners, it's a lot more stable now. But it's still fun to watch. Thanks, Gary. Going this way, it doesn't take very long until you're up on a ridge, doing the bluffs, heading straight towards the top of Widowmaker, where the fun really begins. Normally, when we're on top of Widowmaker, we just head straight down this trail in front of us, pick the slot to the right, all the way down, and we're in the slots. So this is what they're talking about. You see these steep walls? First time we came through here, Rob and I thought for sure we were going to get wedged because these things are so narrow. We're 72 inches wide. Everyone we were following was 64 inches wide, and we were brand new. We'd never done this before. Well, we did not get stuck. There is plenty of room. It is exciting. Even after you've done it several times, it's still a bit of a thrill. It just doesn't cause the pucker power that it used to. I typically go pretty slow around this corner because there's a deep pit here that can try to flip you over. But it's been dry for so long, it looks like the sand has filled it in. It is not very rough today. When we were on top, Gary noticed a trail off to the right that I'd never seen before. So we're going to go give that a try. Since it's the first time I've driven down this, of course I'm going to be extra cautious, and I'm watching my angles on the big screen here in the console. It looks like, at least when I looked over, the worst spot was 24 degrees, but most of it was only 18, so not too bad. But it is slippery. Do have to be careful and put those tires in the right spot.
And here comes Gary, and I don't have much room in this trail. Hopefully he doesn't run me over. Good job, he didn't run me over. Oh, good boy. Kind of sweet. Whoa. All right, welcome back, Gary. It's fun to watch that thing. It bounces everywhere, but much more stable than it was before you did those upgrades.
I wanted to record Gary going back up this hill, so I told him to go first, and I told him explicitly, don't stir up too much dust or I won't be able to record. But you can see, he stirred up too much dust. Well, since I couldn't record Gary going up this hill, I decided to record myself going up. Remember, it's 18 to 24 degrees slope, it's got various deep holes, it has very loose sand, and the Villain handled it with no problem whatsoever. And fortunately, when I got to the top of the hill, Gary had parked out of the way, so I didn't crash into him. It's a good day. Once we finished playing on Widowmaker, it was time to head for the ridges. So straight across the creek, looking for 403, which is going to take us to 4010 in a very short distance. And I've done 4010 before, but never in this direction. Really looking forward to it. My GPS software, OnX Off-Road, did a great job of getting me over here. And look at that, there's the sign, 403, right on target. It didn't take very long to get over to 4010, and in the valley portion, It is the sweeping, curvy trail with deep sand, and while you can't clearly see the entire trail, you can see well enough if there's anybody coming. It is so dry, you cannot miss the dust trail. So we had a bit of fun down here. Larry and I came down this hill a while back, and at the bottom, we looked at each other. We both had the biggest grins on our face, and we really wanted to go back up, but we were too tired. So today, Gary and I get to try it out. Now remember, my experience is only a year, so I'm not some advanced, crazy thrill seeker. Yeah, I want thrills, but I don't want to die. So, this is going to be perfect amount of fun for me. I'm already smiling just talking about it.
So we stopped for lunch, and look at the view we have up here. This is just amazing. And then there's this lunatic over here. I don't know where he came from. And I don't know. And this is where we came up. Let me see if I can get you over and show you this real fast. That was such a fun climb. And yes, that streak out there is Sycamore Creek. And Weaver's Needle. And Four Peaks. And places I still don't know yet.
Lunch is over and we're on top of this ridge, so we're going to cruise along here, enjoy the scenery, make sure we don't fall off, of course. What a gorgeous day. So we found our next intersection. We still got a little more time up here on the ridge before we have to make another turn. I'm having a lot of fun taking in the scenery, trying to pay attention to the road, and then I hear this noise that scared me a bit. Check it out. Luckily, no damage. It looks like I missed a turn back there, not very far back, but on this ridge, I'm not backing up. So that missed turn dropped me down to a spot I'm familiar with. The very first ride ever, we had lunch off to the left here around the corner, and down below, there's all kinds of quartz, which Robin would love if she were here. There's multiple trails down from here, and they each parallel each other because as erosion took place, some of them got pretty nasty and people just kept making different trails. And this is one of the easier ones. So Gary and I parked at the bottom of the hill, out of the road. He got his shovel out because he told me he could find some cool rocks for Robin because tomorrow is Valentine's Day. I got to give her something cool. Between us, we found enough rocks that we decided it was time to go. And Gary was eyeing that hill that we just came down and wanted to run along the ridge like I did on the very first ride in the opposite direction. So I said, you go first, I'll record, and he picked the path. It is a tipsy machine, but we didn't expect this. And he did it in less than 4 seconds with virtually no damage. Nicely done. Trying to stop a rollover with your hand is an excellent way to lose it. Don't do that.
Billy, you couldn't hear me?
My GoPro and the walkie-talkie are both attached to the roll cage of the Villain. Gary and I both thought I could just easily grab a hold of that side that's up in the air, give it a little tug, and it would come right down. It did not, and I thought about putting extra weight on it, but that would have been crazy because it could have rolled right over top of me. So I decided to go around to the driver's side. I think this might be a lot safer.
You get a good video?
I hope.
So since pulling him over didn't look like a good idea, I got around on the driver's side. I tried to push. It looked like it should go with no problem, but there was more of an angle and more weight than we expected. So Gary decided, put the emergency brake on, put his foot on the brake, and somehow I couldn't see what was going on because the driver's side was on the ground. He unbuckled, put his foot through the window while still with the brake. I don't know how that worked. And helped me push it upright. It worked, and it didn't roll over. Life is good.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so am I
Now that we had him on his wheels, I got him to back up, but I couldn't get him to go far enough back. I was really trying to get a better line so he wouldn't be so tipsy. Well, from the position he was in, every time we went forward, it was trying to tip one way or the other. But we kept messing around, and eventually, things were looking pretty good.
Go. Gently. Under the tip, grab this side. This is where it tipped last time.
That definitely was not safe. Don't think I'll be doing that again. Well, now that we're past that really rough section there, he is looking at a trench, a rut, over to the right side of the road. If he can straddle it, Gary can make it to the top. If he slips in, he's going to be on his side again. Well, it turned out well. This was quite an adventure for both of us. And there he goes in a cloud of oil smoke right along the ridge. So Gary's going to drive along the ridge and come back down in a very short distance. Meanwhile, I had to walk back down this slippery stuff, but I came down the other side, which would be terrible for going up, but is great for going down. It's got lots of quartz. I even stopped and picked up some for Robin. She'll be happy. Well, that's it for this recording. Use the comment section below if you want to share your experience at this location or maybe recommend an area that you really enjoy. Please keep it clean. I want this to be a family-oriented channel, so review what you type before you submit it. Thanks. I apologize if you happen to hear something during the ride's recording that may not sound family-oriented. I will try very hard not to let certain words slip out during an exciting moment. We'll see how that works. If you found this video helpful or just enjoyed it, please hit the like button below. Share the link with your friends. Be sure to subscribe so you can easily keep up with my latest videos, which will continue to cover things like Segway Villain Owner's Area of Interest, reviews of accessories, where to ride, tips about the Villain, how-to videos, and lots more. Yep, there's going to be more. Thanks for watching.